alaikum, good morning, good evening, whatever you are, on the respect of your time. Uh, Here is a show of connecting the world. This interview series is sponsored by Rehan Foundation and Institute of Peace. And I am very happy, I'm very glad because my guest is a professional podcaster. She is from New York and she is doing very good work in different online things like podcasting. She's a founder of one show, the podcast. So I am learning and I am knowing more about her life and her profession. So here is Arcangeles here. Hello.
Hey, how are you? It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you to you. I am a very poor to introduce yourself. Please, I'm request to you, please introduce yourself because me and my audience is very excited to know about you. Thank you.
Sure. So my name is Db Arcangeles. I have a podcast called The Offbeat Life, where I interview remote entrepreneurs and digital nomads. And I also own a podcast consulting agency where I help remote entrepreneurs scale their businesses using their podcasts.
Impressive. So the two techniques are work together. One is for the base of the entrepreneurship, and other for the social media. So my first question is from you: why you choose this profession? Because here is a lots of profession in this world, business, doctor, any psychologist, teachers are over here, engineers are over here. So why you choose this profession, and how do you connect this profession with entrepreneurship?
Sure. So when I first started my podcast, it didn't really start as a business. I didn't really know it could actually become a business, but it turned into one. Because really what I wanted to do was really learn how to be a remote entrepreneur from it. That's why I interview a lot of digital nomads and location independent entrepreneurs. But then I started realizing that you can actually monetize it. And I started strategizing, talking to other people who actually created income from their content. And I was able to leave my 9 to 5 to be able to do this full time.
Oh, that's great. So just let's talk about personally for your personality. Just tell us about your, you know, your aims, your mission, your dreams.
Sure. So when I started my podcast, it was really to learn from people how to become location independent and not be tied down into a 9 to 5. And I always was in a position where I was in a creative space, but then I was led into a 9 to 5 that really wasn't my passion, but it was more to create income and money. And I thought that that's what I had to do to make a living. But then I started having panic attacks and I knew that it wasn't something that was really meant for me. So then that's where the podcast started coming into place, where I really talked to people who were doing what I loved. And that's how it was really born. And my purpose was to help myself into this type of lifestyle, and also in the middle of that, also help other people learn how to become more freedom-based as well. And so when that podcast started growing, I was able to help thousands of people really learn how to become a remote worker. And then I started getting a lot of listeners who were asking me how they could also scale their businesses using podcasts. And that's how it was born into that.
Oh, that's more interesting. So my next question is about your profession and how to interlink with the social media thing. So it is very difficult for everyone because our audience is just watching us. Most of our audience is never responding through messages, through comments. So how a very professional podcaster do grabbed the audience, to gather the audience and make their show, make their live uh, show more productive, more engaging, and more connective.
So just to make sure I know what you're saying, you're talking about how I can translate my listeners to become more engaged in my show and to the other platforms. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, exactly. This is my question.
Okay. So it's all about learning really who your ideal audience is, right? So when you do that, you then learn what their pain points are. You know exactly what it is that they want, and you're going to be able to speak in the language that they want. And you're also hitting on the exact knowledge that they want to learn from you. So once you do that, then that translates into the message that you're actually giving them. And another thing that you do is always have a call to action at the end of your show where you are actually asking them to go to a different platform and engage from you aside from just being a listener and becoming a more active part of the community. So whether it's your website or social media platforms, it's always good to have a call to action for them to leave being an inactive participant to being an active one.
Okay, when you were started this profession, and how much live show and how much the podcasting program you have already conducted?
So I started my show at the end or around September 2017. So it's been a little over 3 years since I started the show. I've interviewed hundreds of entrepreneurs all over the world.
Okay, that's cool. So, what is the benefit? You feel that how much you benefit give to the audience when you invite any entrepreneur in your show, and if the entrepreneur is sharing their experiences with you as well as with the audience. So, what is the impact of this show and the audience on the society, on the social media audience?
So usually when I get entrepreneurs in, it's really to give inspiration to people who want to get into this lifestyle. So my audience are people who want to tap into becoming remote workers or remote entrepreneurs. And what I do is give them the inspiration to it and also give them realistic steps on how they can do it as well. And that ends up becoming more translated into what they really want to do, right? And when you see another person who is doing exactly what you want to do, it pushes you a little bit more to do it as well because now you know that it can be done.
Another question. In Asia, here is very 4 to 5 peoples are working on this type of working, like a podcaster, like interviewing the people and connecting the people to each other. So, what you feel that the podcasting is, which type of profession is it? Have you recommend to anyone? Is it a very productive profession? It is very, you can say that it is very high paid profession.
So, if you want to be a podcaster, it depends really on your strategy, whether you're going to do this just for sponsorships. And for a lot of people, that's not really lucrative unless you have a lot of downloads. But there are also other ways to monetize it. You can offer services if you're a coach, if you have products that you're also selling. This is a really great platform for you to become an authority in your niche and field because people will listen to you. And if you have really valuable information, you know what you're talking about, then they're going to like, know, and trust you. And you can sell the products that aligns with the message that you have as well. So it really depends on how you want to monetize it. And like with anything else, with any business, you can make it or break it, but it really depends on you.
True, it's depend upon the host, and it's depend on the person who's organized this thing. My next question is about the key points of the professional podcaster or the person who's just going to be a very professional podcaster. So how much time we need to do this thing, and how many 5 to 3 things we need to do it during our session or before the session, because you are a very professional. So I really want to learn from you the strategies to become a very professional podcaster. And if someone is watching this show and he or she will adopt this profession, so this question, it will be helpful for them. So tell us about 5 to 3 strategies we need to adopt in our personality if we want to a very professional podcaster or the host or the RJs.
Sure. So, really, the main thing that you have to understand when you are podcasting, right, is if you want this to be a hobby, then you can talk about anything you want. You could do whatever you want with your podcast, right? Do whatever you want with it. But if you want to make this into um, a job or part of your business that's going to help you scale it, then you have to be more strategic. For example, you really have to understand who your ideal audience is. You have to really understand who you are talking to. Now, when you're first starting out, it may take a little bit of time to figure that out, but it also has to be a part of your strategy that's where it has to lead. Otherwise, you're not going to know how to market your show, and you're also not going to know how you're going to be able to monetize this, because when you don't know who you're speaking to, that means you don't know who you're going to be offering your products for. And even if you are trying to get sponsorships, you also don't know what types of brands that will be perfect for that type of audience that you have. So the main thing that you really have to understand is just understanding who your listener is. And once you do that, then just give them a lot of value. Just become an authority in that niche that you have decided on, and really allow them to trust you with that and just give a lot of value for them.
Thank you once again, because your answer is very satisfactory and acceptable for according to my question. Right. Oh, again, another question related to your personal life. So, how you are going to manage your home assignments like domestic matters, as well as you are engaging 9 to 8 hours your podcasting things. So how, as a lady, because we have a lots of things to do at home, we are busy in cooking, we are busy in other lots of tasks, as all are knowing about us. So how could you manage your time, and how could you deal the two basic difficult things together and performing very well?
Yeah, so for me, I actually have a team of people that are helping me manage my business. So I'm lucky enough that I've been able to do that and just start delegating a lot of the tasks, because it allows me more time personally. I mean, right now with my business, it's still really busy, even though I have 4 or 5 other people who are helping me, but there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. But I'm still able to have that balance because I do have a team that's been able to help support me with the business.
Oh, the again question is coming from your last answer. How we can build our team to work with us, to work with them, and to put a very positive impact on the other society to deal with podcasting.
So it really depends on where you are in your business. When you're building a team, you have to make sure that you are at that capacity. I don't recommend someone unless you have a lot of income to put into a team yet to start that out. I didn't have my first hire until a year and a half after starting my business. So it was a lot of work for me in the beginning. And it was also a lot of sacrifices that I had to make in order to get to that point. But once you get to that point, it's just figuring out what type of tasks that you really need to take yourself out of, because there's a lot of things that are just tedious work that a lot of people can do, and you need to really figure out what that is, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. And I typically hire people that are either really trainable, who are willing to learn, or someone who's actually better than me in those tasks, so that they can help me grow the business. And then once you have that going, it takes a little bit of time and patience to train them, but it's worth the effort.
Okay, have you ever attended any online or any physical seminar of the podcaster where all podcasters are together on the same platform? So, have you already attended that type of seminar?
Yeah, I've attended a few several years ago, and I've also been a speaker as one of the podcasters. I mean, there's a few of them that they hold every single year now because of everything that's happening. A lot of them are also virtual ones as well.
Single question, but in your opinion, male are good as a podcaster or the females are good as a podcaster? What is your opinion about it?
I'm sorry, you were breaking up. Can you ask the question again?
Opinion, who is a good podcaster? Like male person is a very good podcaster, or the female person is a very good podcaster?
I personally don't look at gender to decide whether the podcast is good or not. It's whether that person is really entertaining, they have really valuable information. So I don't listen to a podcast based on the gender. It's mostly for me a matter of, are they giving me information? Are they entertaining me? Do I like the way they speak about this matter? Or are they really engaging to me and what I really want, right? So that's really what matters to me the most. So it could be a male or a female, it doesn't matter, as long as I am getting what I want from that show.
That's cool. That's cool. And podcasting means that the knowledge, the person who's are spreading. Great. My next question again related to the profession of the podcasting. What do you think? A podcasting profession is a productive or related to our social media marketing? Because after the pandemic, we are watching a lots of work. We are watching a lots of websites. They are working physically in other countries, but they are dealing in websites, especially in the pandemic situation. So, what do you think that if the podcaster is connecting with any other company, so how the company product and the podcaster is connecting together? So, what do you think about it? Is it productive result we need to be find, or it's not working?
So I'm trying to understand the question. Are you saying, is podcasting a good platform to work with? Can you tell me the question again? I think you were breaking up a little bit, and I couldn't really get the
Okay.
whole question.
Okay. Again, I'm just trying to easy the thing for you. Is it podcasters support our social media marketing platform?
So you're asking if podcasting can support social media platforms? Are you talking about marketing?
Yes.
Are you talking about marketing using podcasting? Because podcasting is just another way for you to promote yourself. And you can also use social media to promote your podcast as well. So it's just another platform for you to really share your expertise and also market your business. So it's just like YouTube, it's just like a blog. It's just a different way, it's a different platform to share your expertise, your business, whatever it is that you want to share with your ideal audience.
That's cool. So I'm going to share my dream. This is my 2020-21. This is my 2021 resolution, and my resolution is I want to conduct 1,000 interviews with uh, podcaster who's are belong from the different countries, different uh, continents, in the different areas. So just suggest me how I can connect with 1,000 plus podcaster for my show, and as well as to connect them, to learn with them, and to make a very good connectivity.
So essentially, it's just like getting into those groups, right? You just have to figure out where they're hanging out and then reaching out to them and communicating what it is that you want to do and asking them to be a part of it. So it's just a lot of being a part of that community, and also making sure that you're connecting and you're communicating. So if that's your goal, then it's a lot of work for you to just be there and then show up and then just let people know exactly what it is that you're trying to do. And I'm pretty sure a lot of podcasters would be willing to accommodate that.
Okay, and other thing is, most of the podcasters are just working on the topic of the comedy things, as well as the most of the girls are working for the cooking, that type of, because they are putting a one uh, topic, one profession, and they are just doing and spreading the information related their relevant expertise. So what do you suggest that in this era, in 2021, what do you suggest? Which topic, which profession, which cause is very productive? Give us a very productive result, or a very, demanding demanding topic as a podcaster. Which topic we need to be go live on our show, which is more productive?
So I don't recommend any specific topic because that's up to you as a person. You know, I can't tell you to do cooking and you're not interested and you don't know how to cook or you have no interest in that. It's just really a matter of what you're passionate about and what you are really trying to do, right? Because if I tell you to do a cooking show and you have no interest in that, then it's not going to be successful because you're not going to put your heart and soul into it. So it's really up to you what you want to put your effort in and what you want to work hard in, because it could be a really niche topic, but it's something that you are super passionate about and it could work. And it could become essentially your business later on, like it has happened to me.
Amazing. Once again, amazing. Oh, that's cool. It's depend upon the interest. Maybe you are very good in cooking, but I'm very poor in cooking, so it's depend upon the interest. Okay, so I am enjoying amazing time with you because you are sharing a very productive knowledge with us, and especially my audience who's are watching this show from the different areas. In the end, I just request to you the very small message for all of us, because you are the podcaster, you are very professional, and fluently send the message to all of us. So this is your turn. Please, any message for my audience?
Sure. So if you want to start a podcast and you really want to do it, I would say choose your topic, choose what you really love to do, choose what you're passionate about. If you're an expert in something and you're also passionate about that, then that's a really good combination of what you can do. Another thing is just take imperfect actions, right? I think a lot of us think that everything has to align and be perfect with everything before they can start something. But it's really when you take those imperfect actions that you start learning. So it's just a matter of you actually taking that first step and doing it.
I'm really sorry, everyone. I think I was lose my connection. I'm really sorry for it. Please, I just request to you again, repeat this message uh, for my audience. Thank you.
Sure. So the first thing is just to make sure that you are really identifying your audience and that you're giving them the right message. And next is to just make imperfect actions. I think we all think that we have to be perfect and wait until that perfect timing is there, but you don't have to. It's actually when you take those first steps and you make some mistakes, that's when you learn the most.
Thank you. Thank you for your time, for your words. Thank you for your advice as well as your suggestion. It's very, very, very important for us and very valuable for us. So, God bless you and have a good day. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching this show. Please share this show in different groups and spread this information because she is sharing a very productive information with us. And it's changed our thoughts, it's changed our work quality. So, thank you. God bless you. Again, this interview series is sponsored by Rehan Foundation and Institute of Peace. Thank you. This is Connecting the World. So, connect with us and learn with us. God bless you.